Hi everyone, Titania here. It is Saturday, February 19th, 2022. And like many of you, I've been paying attention to what's been happening in Canada, in Ottawa. And my heart and thoughts are with all of those who are in the middle of that. And rather than feeling helpless, it occurred to me that my way of giving is this channel. And so I thought, let's pull some cards on this. So if you're interested in joining me, close your eyes. Let's take 3 nice deep breaths together and get into sync. And just see a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, anchoring you deep into this present moment, knowing that that tree root is not only grounding you here and now, but it is also a conduit through which anything that no longer serves can easily pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for brilliant new growth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all your other children who have questions about the situation that is going on here in Canada and around the world. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, and to provide that in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our personal and collective highest and greatest good. I call upon my higher self, the higher selves of all those listening now and in the future, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to be present and facilitate this exchange and ensure that it happens in the highest and best way possible for the highest and greatest good of all concerned, of all life on this planet, and of Mother Earth herself. I invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us across time and space, creating a sacred container of light, of love, of wisdom, of truth, of beauty, of peace, of transformation, of healing. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. I thank you for coming and being here with me now. We set the tone for ease, for clarity, for upliftment, empowerment, healing, transformation, direction. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies is welcome to go now. Let's go. So, Creator, we're gathered to do this reading, to collectively pull through what we need to know right now, to keep our energy high, to keep our hearts clear, our minds clear, our bodies clear, our spirits clear, so that we may be a brilliant clearing for more love and light, clarity and wisdom on this planet. What is it that we need to know so that we can access this energy, these higher aspects of ourselves, so we can be of greater service to more life, more light, more love, more peace, more kindness, more goodwill. The feeling I've been having for a while now, and today, is that the lofty way is the way. Keeping clean and clear is the way. Kindness and compassion is the way. So let's see. I'm going to do a body, mind, heart, and spirit because that just feels like it could be helpful for us right now. So what do we need to know? In body, mind, heart, and spirit. And let's do a foundation card. What is this energy all about? Why are we doing this reading? We know why we're doing it, but what's the bigger energy here? Okay, my friends. Body is the card of Temperance. Major Arcana has to do with our soul growth, our evolution. Keep it clean, keep it balanced, keep it keep it level. Don't overdo anything. Just stay in a clear and clean space. Don't go running and hiding and adulterating where you are, what you're experiencing. Don't go and hide. This isn't the time to be using drugs. This isn't the time to be using alcohol. It's not the time to be numbing out. What we're going through is challenging, and we need to be present. That's how we get through this, is through it. This is how we transform. We walk through the hard stuff. We see it, we acknowledge it, and we realize that we are bigger than anything that we are feeling. Our feelings, although painful, are not who we are. They're part of our human experience. They're part of what tells us where we're at, what we need to know about stuff. It's important. And so rather than ignoring them, realizing that they're there, but doing so from a kind, compassionate, neutral, loving space, watching those emotions as they wash through us and letting them go, like waves on a beach. We're the beach, the emotions are the waves, or if you prefer, we're the sky and the emotions are the clouds. And sometimes the sky is obscured by the clouds, but ultimately the sun always comes out and the sky is still there. So on the level of the body, going forward through these challenging times, do what you need to do to take care of your body, to take care of yourself on the physical level in a balanced, kind, compassionate way. When your body is happy and healthy and grounded, it makes it so much easier to be in it. That's why it's important. We have to take responsibility for what we do to ourselves. That's why we need to be present and making good choices right now so we can anchor a healthy, high frequency through our bodies. Our bodies are like our antenna to this level of existence. Being human and embodied, we hold a frequency in our body, and when our bodies are healthy, we are a clear transmitter of good energy into the world. That's why it's important to take care of this precious, sometimes I call it a meat suit, but this precious body that we live in. This is why it's important. So on the level of what's happening on this planet, what's happening in Ottawa, what's happening everywhere on the planet, we're changing. The planet is changing. We are changing. The energy that's coming to the planet right now is different. The old systems that are out of integrity are falling apart. We're watching it happen before our eyes. And so we need to rise to the next level, the higher level, the loftier energy. That's how we get through this. And we get through this by taking care of our bodies in good ways, nourishing them, caring for them, exercising them, sleeping them, breathing them. All of those things are very important. Oh, and making sure you get enough nice clean water. Hydration keeps your frequency very high because we're mostly water, right? And we're frequency. So when we're well hydrated, our frequency is higher. That's body. Mind. The level of the mind. So we have the card of work. And so I love this card. And I'm smiling because in my readings today, I've been getting these cards for other people. And so it's clearly energy that's up. So on the level of the mind, not necessarily in the same position, I'm just saying that these cards are up right now. And this happens. The same cards come up again and again, and it just means that this is the energy of the time. On the level of the mind, work. Again, this idea of keeping it clean, of being disciplined and focusing on good things. It's really important right now that our attention, our intention, and our energy be aligned in good ways so that we can be supportive of the loftier, higher frequency energy on the planet right now. If you're here on my channel, it's because you've signed up for this. It's what I'm hoping to do through this channel is to support myself and you and others, all of us, to rising to a higher level. So the card of the mind is the card of work. And what's beautiful about this card is you have these two women who have been working already, and they've got this full basket that they're carrying together, and they're having a lovely bit of chat as they go along. This isn't work as in struggle and it being hard. This is companionship. This is collaboration. This is finding like-minded people. This is holding that high frequency together. It's what we're doing. We're choosing to do this together. And so on the level of the mind, doing the good work to stay on target, to focus on good things and helping each other to stay in that lofty, beautiful, kind, compassionate, and expanded perspective. That's what we need to remember on the level of the mind. Heart. The 10 of Hearts. The card is success. This is a card of celebration. People celebrating in this card. There's like a wedding or there's something happening where people are gathered together and they are lighthearted and celebratory and happy and enjoying the good things that happen in life when we come together in good energy. So on the level of the heart, celebrating the beauty, celebrating the good, celebrating each other, being in an attitude of gratitude, an attitude of appreciation, keeping the energy of the heart very high, focusing on the good. I know it's challenging, so challenging, but this is the work. We have to transcend the polarity. That's our work right now. Anyone who can needs to get off the dichotomy and hold a loftier perspective, because that's where we're going, the loftier perspective. So on the level of the heart, holding good energy with all of your heart, to the best of your ability. Keep it focused on the good. Think about what you love and hang out there. And then on the level of spirit, card of frustration, 7 of Pentacles. Yes, I think we can all admit that this is it. Why haven't we arrived yet? Why are we still here? And that's okay. The awareness that we're not there yet is just information. And we can come back to what is the important. What do we need to give our attention to? Using this as information to redirect our attention in good ways. Contrast helps us to refine what we want. When we know what we don't want, we're really clear about what we do want. And on the level of the spirit, we have this card of frustration. Not quite happy yet with our results. That's okay. We are getting there. We're refining it. We're all being refined in this process. It doesn't mean we won't get there. It just means we're not quite there yet. But all of these, on the level of the body, the mind, and the heart, are very, very, very positive. And I feel that this, in a way, I mean, it's positive too. It's just information. We're not there yet on the level of the spirit, and so we need to keep rising. We need to keep striving. We need to keep holding a very good frequency of love, of light, of all the good that we want. We need to hold space for that. Foundation card, why we're having the reading today. Oh, this is good. Change. I think we can all agree that things are changing. There's a worry that things are changing for the worst, and that would be the lower frequency speaking. It's not to say that we don't need to pay attention and be present and add our voices to what's going on so that we can hold a lofty perspective and move things in a good direction. But this is why we're having the reading today. We're having this reading about the change that's happening in the world, the changes that are happening within ourselves. And we can facilitate that by taking care of our bodies, by staying focused in a good way in our mind, by celebrating all the beauty and the joy that's in the world, that's in ourselves, that's in our own lives, appreciating all the good and giving it energy. and using the contrast of where we find ourselves to fuel the story of where we want to go, to fuel the vision and the dream of what we'd like for our future, so we can navigate the change with grace and with ease and move life in the direction we want it to go in. Start leveraging our God-given abilities to be co-creators on this planet, because we are powerful, powerful co-creators when we give ourselves the opportunity to do that. I hope this is helpful. This is about transcending, as I said, the duality. This is not about descending to one end or the other of the spectrum. This is about rising up above it, finding our inner strength, our wisdom, our kindness, our compassion, our capacity to hold more love, hold more light, and be a clearing for the good on the planet. If you're finding yourself in the polarity, in the duality, in the struggle, it's okay. That's part of what it means to be human. And I encourage you to just take a deep breath. Come back to your heart. Come back to yourself. And know that you can move through that. Those feelings of struggle, of angst, of being freaked out, of anger, of disappointment, of hurt. They're part of what it means to be in a human body. And that's what we're talking about, the emotions. Just realize that they will pass. And they pass more quickly when we just allow them to be and don't struggle against them. Like attracts like. So give yourself permission to be in that high frequency space, and you will attract more of that high frequency energy to yourself in the form of people, in the form of community, in the form of inspiration, in the form of resilience, in the form of ease and flow in your life. Give yourself permission to seek the lofty. When you hold that intention, you will be led and guided. We all will. I'm glad I did this reading tonight. It fills me with cautious optimism. I know the energy is changing on the planet. Let's pull a card for that. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? What's our card to grow on around this energy of change? Because boy, I mean, things are so topsy-turvy. It's so strange. It's like a dream. What do we need to know about navigating this dream time, Creator? What's our card to grow on here? So we can move forward powerfully and beautifully and harmoniously and magnificently. We have the card of possessiveness. Okay, 4 Pentacles. So if you look, we have this lady. She's naked, sitting in her pile of jewels. She's clutching them to her chest, and she's looking around furtively, really freaked that somebody's going to come get her stuff. So we're human. Change is difficult. And clutching to the old and the familiar is understandable. Wanting things to go back to the way they were is understandable, but the only constant in life is change. So when you find yourself in this space of holding, clutching, freaked out, come back to yourself. Take some nice deep breaths. Take yourself for a walk. Have a nice big glass of water. Take some nice deep breaths of air. Go circulate your energy by walking through nature. Take a break. Watch a silly video. Do something that renews you. I like watching gardening videos. Whatever you need to do to shift yourself out of the contracted space. When we're afraid, it's like our energy field contracts and becomes solid. And it's really hard for our spirit self to get through that heavy shell. When we relax and we breathe and we move and we're hydrated and rested and exercised, we expand, our energy field expands. And as a result, more light, more of the higher frequency stuff can get into our field, and we are more resilient, inspired, responsive. We just flow better. with the energy of life when we're in that state. So just remember that, contraction and expansion. When we're afraid, we're contracted. When we're in our heart and we're in the state of love, we are wide open and expanded. So cultivating that space of love in our hearts. Gratitude is very high, appreciation is very high, just like love. They open our hearts and they set us up for attracting more of the same. That's that like attracts like. So when you take care of your body, you're creating a platform, because our body is the anchor on the earth plane, that's clean and clear. You're cleaning your field so that you can hold an easier frequency, a better frequency more easily. Being disciplined about your mind, being intentional and choosing good things for your mind to focus on is also very helpful. It keeps the mind limber and open and relaxed. The heart, focusing on love, focusing on the good, focusing on appreciation and gratitude gets our energy high and expansive and makes us a match for more of that. And on the spirit level, recognizing that we may not be there yet, but that's what pushes us forward. We are motivated to keep going because of the contrast. We know in our hearts what's possible. There's a broader, wiser part of us that put us on this planet. We chose to be here because we're part of the expansion of all life at this time. We have a place, a role to play. For some of us, it's on the front lines. For some of us, it's being leaders in the midst of this crazy time and navigating that. Bless our leaders, whoever they are, wherever they are. May they have the wisdom and the wherewithal to lead us in good ways and to open their hearts to the wisdom of this time and the transformative energy of this time. Take us through the change in good ways. Yeah, so as we go through this week, remember to breathe. Remember to be open and expanded. Yeah, I know. It's hard. And it's okay. And we're getting through this. And I love and appreciate each and every one of you who is holding space in the world right now. What's nice is when you're down, I'm up. And when I'm down, you're up. And ultimately, there are enough of us that are up that we're holding a frequency of tremendous beauty and light, and it's helping to shift the heavier, denser frequencies. So keep going. Trust your heart. Trust your inspiration. Take good care of yourself, and let's move forward powerfully together. Much love and light, everybody. I'll be in touch again soon. Thanks for being here.